Yo, welcome to another episode of Industry Talk Podcast. What's up? What's going on? I got my coffee, a little late start, had to handle some business, but I'm here with you. I got a guest on his way in. We're going to talk about some money. We're going to talk about how to move your money in this industry, how to save money in this industry, how to set yourself up for success after this industry beats your body down and you can't work no more. We're going to be talking about retirement. We're going to be talking about benefits. We're going to talk about all the stuff that you think you can't get because you're in this industry and you are an independent contractor or you are a security company owner. Um, and you think that you don't have a regular 95, so you're not gonna have these regular 9 to 5 benefits. That's not true. I figured it out. I cracked the code. No, I'm just playing. But I have been researching, doing some research. So I have somebody to come here, talk to you guys about that research. I'm gonna be asking some questions. He's gonna drop some information, and we're just gonna, give you what you need to know about how to pretty much create a benefit package without having a benefit package creator, right? Most of the time we have these good government jobs, or we have, these jobs that have these certain health benefits or this benefits. But if you're an entrepreneur, you don't really have that. You have to piece the different things together to make what you need. Let me just tell you, it's not easy, and it might not be super cheap, but it's able to be done. And that's all you need to know. All you need to know is that you can do it. So let's give him a round of applause ahead of time because there's going to be some good jewels, some information you need to drop. Okay, you need to drop. Listen, shout out to everybody watching on Riverside, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Y'all need to pay attention. Tap in, tap in, tap in. Money, money, money. Economy, economy, economy. Presidential. Who's the president? Who's the president? Like, we come on. All right. Some say he gonna make the economy great. Some say he's going to make it go horrible. He did drop some bombs, but this is not what this show about. So I'm gonna drop some financial bombs on you today, right? And I like to stay in my lane, so I have somebody who's actually employed in that industry, works in that industry, who can do these things because I don't want to tell you nothing wrong. I know what I think. I know what I thought I heard. I'm gonna ask my own questions. I have a whole paper here of research that I did with Northwestern Mutual Wealth Management Company for like a month or so. I was going through all these details and thinking about all these things and how to make my great retirement package. So he's gonna come on, and he's with a separate company. So, oh, what's going on, Timothy? He also is going to have he's going to be from another company, so then I can compare notes, right? So what you're really going to be watching is a live consultation of what I think I know, what I've learned so far, and then what he has. So while he's getting set up, getting in here, doing his thing or whatever, make sure that y'all understand that y'all can chat in the box, in the little comment box, but you can also call in live and ask him questions. In order to call in live, you have to call from a laptop or a desktop, and then once you log into the studio audience, you'll be able to click whether or not you want to call in. If you're from a cell phone, you can't call in, you can just watch, so just go ahead and comment in the box. And then of course we're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, so you can also comment in the chat on those as well, and we can see if we can read your questions and get your questions answered by my guy Seythe. So let me see. First thing I'm going to talk about is like how I've saved in the past, right? So I think what I've realized is like it's cool to be on some like some like hoarder stuff for a little while, but you can't take that with you. So it's good to have it moving and growing and be able to benefit the people underneath you, the people who come after you, or the people who stay behind after you go away, right? And so I guess that's where I am in life. Is like, all right, I work hard. I work hard. I build this. I built this brick by brick. Yeah, if y'all don't watch Snowfall, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you building something and then you go, man, I could be gone tomorrow, and then you're gone tomorrow, and then it goes nowhere, or it didn't benefit anybody else, then I just feel like it was a waste. So I'm getting really deep into, I don't have my book with me right now, but I'm getting really deep into budgeting, and not just budgeting like, oh, spend this little bit, don't spend this. I'm getting into like, all right, sectioning my money off, not into like just percentages, but to categories: sharing, spending, saving, what is it? Sharing, spending, saving, and investing. Those four categories. Because it used to be for me, I'm like, all right, I'm going to give 10%, my tithes and offering. Then the company gets this much. And then I personally get this much. And then, that's kind of how I was doing it. And I was doing percentages, breaking it up 100%, doing 10, doing 30, doing 30, doing da da da. But now, what I'm trying to do is go a little deeper because I don't think investing was ever in the categories. And so because investing wasn't in the categories, the money was only growing in one way, right? And if you're in the security industry, firearm industry, investigation industry, you know that is based off of you, what you do, what you're doing, or if you're an owner, what your officers are doing, what your investigators are doing, blase, blase, right? And they could be doing a lot, and it could be coming back, and you could do whatever, but then you want so that worked for you. Now you got the money. Now you want the money to work. Seth's on here. Now you want the money to work for you, again. So you don't want to just put it somewhere where it's not earning anything. So that's what my last little tidbit. But we're going to let Seth join in, and we're going to let him introduce himself, and then we're going to dive right into it, man. It's been a busy morning for me, so thank you for, holding on and being flexible. So introduce yourself to the folks. Your mic is on mute. Go ahead.
Perfect. Yeah, no worries, no worries. What's going on, Jazz? How have you been?
What's going on? I'm good. How you been? Look at this beard.
Good, good. I know, right? I love to see this, man. I love to see you in this format, in this forum. I mean, look how far we've come, right?
Right, and
Look how far
congratulations
you've
to
come.
you to all the stuff you're doing. The new. That's why I was like, oh well, let me just have you on so we could take this. We could take this out of the text thread. Let me hear what you really got going on. What's up? Yeah.
No, for sure. So, those who don't know, appreciate the intro. My name is Seythe McCoy-Leffall. I am a financial advisor with a company called Thrivent. I hold my Series 7 and Series 66. I'm licensed in several states from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, uh, DC, Maryland, Virginia, and
Oh
also
wow.
North Carolina. So I serve clients in all those areas, and I specialize in, you know, financial services and advice. And I'm just here to talk with you and the people.
Yeah. Okay. So, is there anything that you can't talk about?
Yeah, so
We,
I am regulated, right, by FINRA and the SEC. So I wouldn't necessarily say there's things I can't talk about more so than promises I can't make, right?
okay.
Guarantees and
Cool.
things of that
Okay.
nature.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's all that matters. I just want to make sure I don't do nothing. I know we got some notes, but I just want to make sure I don't do nothing out of the way and be like, now tell me what. So look. All right. So I was telling them before you jumped on that I've been on this um financial journey to set up a retirement type package for myself. And I've been doing some research, and I've been talking to some other companies, other financial advisors, and just getting suggestions on things that I have. So some of these questions might be personal, and then some of them is like general for people in my field, because I think people in this field, firearm instructing, I think so many people are jumping into it. They're not realizing that, yeah, the money is there. Of course, you're gonna get paid. Of course, it's a great thing, but you are jumping into entrepreneurship. I don't think a
Yes,
lot of people
yes,
who are jumping into the instructor lane is realizing if you leave your job, these back end things that the job takes care of, you now have to take care of. You only looking ahead like, oh, I got 20 students, I got this, I'm making so much. Yeah, but what about when it's that knee give out and it's time to sit down? What about
exactly.
when them fingers break and it's time to sit down? So that's
Mm,
kind of what I want to talk about today with this episode. And then even for security officers, there's a lot of security officers who work for like several different companies just to make sure that their check is the amount that it needs to be. But you
yes.
might be W-2 over here, 1099 over here, you got certain hours over there, and then maybe none of these jobs give benefits, right? Because
Correct.
after hours,
Yeah.
we are 1099s, and so we don't
1099s.
have those
Right.
kind of benefits. So how do what do you suggest with the products? I mean, with the products that you have or that you serve your clients with, what kind of stuff do you suggest taking this pretend guy who's a security officer and who does everything I just said, like pieces together everything, 1099? How can he create wealth by getting certain things set up? Where should he start?
No, so that's a great question. Let me kind of give some context first, right?
Okay,
Before we
cool.
kind of jump into that. So first, I know Jazz just in the firearm industry. So I am a firearms instructor myself. I know Jazz just professionally and also as students. So I definitely understand that background. Jazz has way more experience. You have been phenomenal in your company growth. I still
Oh,
just do,
thank you.
smaller services and things of that nature, but I come from the firearm and security world as well.
Right.
So I definitely can relate to exactly what you're talking about. Now, in regards to that individual's example of that person who's working either 1099 or, even cash, right? Let me
Yeah.
kind of give you
Oh
first the
gosh. Oh God. I hope
background.
it's not cash.
I hope it's not cash, right? um,
Red flag. Red flag.
big one, right?
Okay.
So we are First Thriving is a Fortune 500 financial services company that puts generosity first at the heart of saving and investing. So myself and the company, we help build, grow, and protect financial well-being through purpose-driven advice, investments, insurance, banking, and also generosity programs. Today, we
Okay.
serve over 2 million clients. We manage more than $193 billion in assets and hold a superior financial health rating from Moody's and also the S&P. All right, so your financial plan, right? That's sort of where we start. Okay,
Okay.
so your financial plan is your blueprint. All right, and it can be helpful to think of your financial plan like building a house. You start with the blueprint that's unique to you, reflecting your personal values, your needs, and your goals, and not just some generic template.
Yeah.
And that plan should be flexible and it should allow for changes as your life evolves as well, right? Like a house needs, maintenance and updates, your plan should evolve.
Yeah.
So your
I'm
financial
learning that.
plan isn't set in stone, right? As life changes, new jobs, family changes, health events, you should revisit and update your plan alongside your advisor to keep it relevant and also effective.
Okay.
So that's where we start.
So I'm gonna tell you where I'm at in that process, just to use myself as an example. I don't have any problem telling people my business, but so I think I have a healthy amount of sitting cash, right? And then my problem with the cash is that it's liquid. That's great, but I don't need it, and I don't. But I also don't want it to sit. I also want it to grow. So I was looking into money market accounts. I was looking into which one of my bank accounts gives the highest earns the highest interest, or I don't know the name, APR, like, or whatever the name, like
Mm-hmm.
earns and accrues the highest dividends. Like I'm like, now I'm looking at that stuff and I'm like, oh, you don't give me, excuse me, you don't give me anything. Let me move the money over here and let this grow. Right now my favorite account right now is I have an Amex checking account, and that those dividends drop on time every time, and they're higher than my Navy Federal. So it's like, you do have to play with it, and it has to go with your lifestyle and what you already have just to start. Don't think just because you don't have something you can't start. So I do have that, and so I also, I think something that you mentioned that you do, I'm gonna segue into this, is that I know I want to make the cash, make some money. So of course I want to do some investing. But something that you, I think, listed was that you had disability insurance for individuals. Did I read that right?
You
So
did,
that was
absolutely.
actually something on my list because I was told that it would be a good idea for somebody in my industry, and the way that it's set up, where it I want you to kind of explain what that is, because I
Yes.
think when I first heard it, I thought it had something to do with being old. So I didn't really understand it until I realized that it was something that could also protect my money and also protect me. And so, if you could break down disability insurance for the people listening, I think that would be helpful, because that's the next part of the plan. Besides finding, what do they call it, a high earning savings account, a
Like a high
checking
yield
account.
savings account.
Yeah, a high yield
Yes.
savings account. That was
Hmm.
my first
Hmm.
step, and I've switched it around to what I already have. And now I'm like, okay, I'm about to start. I also have an IUL, but I've been had
Okay.
that.
Hmm.
So what I'm about to do with that is I'm about to actually up my input into that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And then, because I looked at dissolving it and
Understood.
going with all the packages from one place, but it actually would be best if I just upped it and kept it going.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm looking at this disability insurance. So if you could tell people what that is exactly and how that helps somebody who's like a security officer or a company owner also.
Just coming on as well. Yeah, you kind of hit on a couple of things when you were giving context as well. So it's kind of taking some mental notes here. So let
Okay.
me first jump into. No, no, you're good. This is
Okay,
great.
good. I was
So
about to
let
say,
me.
sorry, was I saying too much?
Not at all, not
Okay.
at all. But I know there were some terms that maybe the people may know or may not know, right? So to answer your direct question, disability insurance, right? It provides income if you can't work due to illness
Yeah.
or injury.
Okay. Boom. Flat
Simple.
out.
That's it,
See?
straightforward. That's
Less
yeah.
words from the actual person who works in the industry. I was saying that before. I was like, look, I know what I think I know, but I absolutely know what I don't know. So, yeah. Okay. Say that one more time because I'm going to make sure the AI on this system clips that out for me. Go ahead. Disability insurance
Absolutely.
is.
Disability insurance provides income if you can't work due to illness or injury.
Okay, and let's just talk about injury. You can absolutely get injured on this job and be working for a company that does not have workers' comp, sick leave, this, that, and the third, which is not a problem. These are choices that we all made, but you when you make that choice and you go, I'm gonna work for this company, and I know I don't have benefits. Now you need to make the choice to talk to somebody like Seth to be like, I need to put this in place just in case. We can buy cars, we can buy shoes, we could buy this. We need to buy some of these products here that have the longevity of having a real return on investment for real because you're the investment, especially as for an armed security officer or something like that. So okay, so this
100% the
is
investment. Oh yeah.
so what else did I touch on before besides that definition?
So you have the right mindset, right? When you think about protection of self and protection of your business. So let's define what that means in the financial world, okay? Let's talk about insurance. All right, so disability insurance is just one part, and I'm going to kind of go from a 50,000 foot view and then drill down. All right.
Okay, 50,000 foot was crazy, but okay.
So, the role of insurance in financial protection. So, insurance can help as act as a safety net. And if something unexpected happens, like an illness or death, insurance can help protect your loved ones from financial hardship. All right. So, what is life insurance? All right. So, life insurance is a contract. All right. You pay regular premiums, and if you pass away while the policy is active, the insurance company will pay a lump sum, what we call the death benefit, to the people or causes that you choose, who we define as your beneficiaries. Excuse me.
Beneficiary. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's several reasons a person may want to consider life insurance, right? It may help with covering funeral costs, paying off a mortgage, replacing lost income, funding children's education, leaving an inheritance, or even supporting a charity, right? And you want to be able to discuss these options with your advisor. So that's the 50,000 foot view. So now let's go to 40,000, okay? So there's
Okay.
two types of life insurance, all right? There's term life and then there's permanent life insurance. So term life typically covers you for a set period like 10, 20, or 30 years. If you die during that time, your beneficiaries receive the death benefit. Now, term insurance usually has a lower premium, but doesn't build up any cash value.
Okay. Boo. No. I like I like cash value, but
It
okay,
has
go
its
ahead. I'm
purposes,
sorry.
right?
Okay.
Absolutely, right? So then there's permanent life insurance, right? And that provides lifelong coverage and can build up what we call cash value over time, which grows tax deferred and can be accessed while you're alive, though this may reduce the death benefit. Within permanent life insurance, there's three subcategories, right? There's whole life,
Okay.
there's universal life, and there's variable universal life. So you mentioned that term IUL, right?
Yeah.
For those who don't know, IUL is an indexed universal life.
Yep.
Okay. So, first, whole life, right? Whole life offers guaranteed death benefit, level premiums, and a guaranteed cash value growth. It's known for predictability. Universal life offers flexibility in premium payments and death benefit amounts. The cash value growth depends on current interest rates, so it can fluctuate. And variable universal life lets you invest the cash value in market based options like mutual funds, right? This offers growth potential, but also carries investment risk. So cash value and death benefit can go up or down with the market. So
Yeah.
with a VUL, there's market exposure. All right. So now I'm going to pause there and let's go down to 30,000.
Okay.
All right. 30,000 foot is
Y'all in class now. Y'all better be paying attention.
absolutely.
I see the whiteboard. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love to draw, love to write, right? That's the best way to explain. So, question usually comes in, well, that's great. How much life insurance do I need, right? So, that really depends on your unique financial goals and situation. And you want to work with your advisor to calculate what your loved ones would need if you were gone, right? Things that we look at are income replacement, debts, education, funeral costs. And then we subtract that by what resources they'd have in regards to savings, existing insurance, and Social Security. And then the difference is the coverage gap you may want to fill. So when we talk about things like how much coverage you need, especially from an entrepreneur standpoint, right?
Right.
Definitely income replacement is going to be huge, right? But in particular, debts. You want to be able to, take care of your debts because you don't want to leave your debts to any loved ones, right?
Right.
Now, workplace insurance, because some companies offer workplace insurance, right?
Yeah.
That most folks, who have kind of feel like, well, if I have workplace insurance, then I really don't need any additional supplemental insurance. But many people have life insurance through their employer,
Yeah.
but this coverage is usually limited and may not be enough.
Right.
And it also isn't portable, which means if you leave your job, you might lose it.
That's what people learn the hard way right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So life insurance generally is more affordable and easy to qualify for when you're younger and also healthier. And so it's important to consider purchasing it earlier instead of later in life, which can help you be set up for long-term success.
Start
All
right
right?
now after you watch this episode.
Absolutely. So now, going down to the 2,000 foot view. Now we're at the business side. I
Okay.
was I was working my way out. I'm in here protecting your business with
Making my
insurance,
way
right?
downtown. Okay.
Making our way down, right? So in a business, key people like owners or top employers or like
Okay.
top employees are
Employees. Yeah.
valuable assets, right? Like as
Yeah.
you said, right? You are your most important asset, right?
Yeah.
So losing you or losing one unexpectedly could hurt the business financially, right?
Yes, he could.
So you have several different types of ways to protect your business. First is called key person insurance or key man insurance. All
Okay.
right.
I haven't heard about this one. Let me get my pen out, shorty.
All
Hold on.
right.
All right, I'm listening.
All right. So key person insurance is the business owns a policy on a key employee. Once again, it's not the employee who owns it, but the business owns a policy
I
on
think
a
you
key
just dropped a
employee.
gem real quick. Okay.
Big, right? So if that person dies, the business receives the death benefit to help cover losses or find a replacement.
Shut up. Nobody ever told me about that. Key person policy.
Key person
Is
insurance.
this a
Key person
product that
policy.
you have?
Yes, this is a product that Thrivent does
Oh,
offer.
you didn't got a customer today. We only 24 minutes in, son. All right. So anyway, okay. Can you break that down a little bit more? How am
Yeah.
I able to get a policy on someone? Because on someone who isn't related to me. It's just because now, do that person have to be a W-2 employee?
Yeah, so when it comes to an employee, right? Yes,
Can't be
they would
1099 contractor.
can be a 1099
I
contractor,
just want
right?
y'all to know the difference.
Right.
Because trust me, I talk to a lot of y'all, and a lot of y'all don't know the difference. So he's saying you can do this, but they have
Employee.
to have a W 2 coming to them. They have to be a W 2 employee, okay? Which means you also have to carry workers' comp insurance. You also have to be paying your, what is it called, payroll or employee tax at the end of the year or whatever it's called. So these are things that also come with that. So don't just try to do W 2s just to get this hack. There's back end stuff that got to be done. You know, people, one thing they hear is how to get some money, and then they go and jump and don't really know what's in the water. So I just like to give all context. Okay, so
Oh yeah.
cool. All right, so key person policy.
Key person insurance. Oh yeah.
How much is a business paying into that policy a
So
month, a
you
year?
would once again, how insurance is usually calculated is usually the age and the health, also the location of the person as well. And what
Okay.
they do is they look at group analytics. So if you
Okay.
fall within a certain group type, they typically rate you at a certain level, and then you would have that price. So, and then of course that can go up or down, all depending on the amount of coverage that you need.
True.
And the whole purpose of it, right, is one, when that key person, passes away, it takes time to replace them, right? It takes time to find someone to replace that key asset. And it could be
Right.
knowledge, right? It could be a skill that they bring. And then also, say, for example, a part of the replacement is not just finding it, but implementing it as well, right? So the time it takes for you to implement that, this should be able to cover it as well. So
Right.
key person insurance can be very, very critical, especially if
That's
you have things like
crazy.
a partnership and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I done learned something today. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's keep
Excellent. That's
going.
always what we want, right?
All right, so we went through disability insurance and what I mean.
Not yet. Not yet, because
Okay,
we have the 20,000 foot view. I
okay,
know,
all right,
right?
keep
That's a
going.
lot,
All right,
right?
keep going.
Keep going. All right. So next, underneath protecting your business, you have called a Section 162 bonus plan or Section 162 bonus plan. All right. So the business pays the
Okay,
insurance premium as a bonus to the employee who owns the policy. This can be used as a perk for the employee. So if
section
you
one, what
Section 162 bonus plan.
bonus plan?
So if you want to
Okay, now
offer a
tell
bonus
me.
to an employee as an incentive to join your company,
Okay,
maybe you would like to bring someone on as an executive. This is one way to do it. The business pays the insurance premium as a bonus to the employee who owns the policy, and this could be a
okay.
perk. The
And how does
last
this benefit the business?
got you. So as a benefit, right? You can, for example, as a part of the bonus plan, say, you know what, 40% can go to the business, 60% can go to that person's family.
Okay.
But the
Oh,
business is just paying the premium for them, saying, hey, you know what, if you come on, we're going to pay for a permanent life insurance as a part of your bonus plan. And this is how the split is going to work.
okay. Percentage to business, and then percentage to the family.
Yep,
And this is not about injury. This is about death.
correct.
Okay, cool.
Correct.
Now, what if they, not to get too deep into it, because y'all gonna have to calm yourself and get all the information, okay? But let's say they don't pass away, but let's say they leave and go to another job, or they quit, or you fire them, or something like that, and you have this policy. How does it wrap up? How do you end it? Does this person get to keep this policy, or how does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can make that as a part of your contract, right? You can go into details and stipulate how that would work.
Okay.
But as long as you pay the premium, then the contract is active, right? That's really how these contracts work. So as long
Yeah.
as the business pays the premium, that the contract is active. It's just that the employee owns the policy, and that a part of the perk is that the business is paying for it. Maybe once the individual leaves, then the business will have to take over payments. So maybe you set up some kind of a process, right? Um, Maybe you have in terms of some sort of a contract. If they leave before a certain point in time,
Right.
right? You could recoup, right? You can say, hey,
Right,
listen,
because that's what I'm thinking. Because
I
I'm
need
like,
some money to recoup.
if I'm
You know,
firing you,
right?
I'm not gonna work out a payment plan with you. We're gonna end here. Boop, we're ending. So
Right.
I'm like, okay, once we end, what happens to all that money that we put in? Do we get it, or is it just lost to the policy, kind of
Got you. So
thing?
the policy will keep the money that you put in. How you choose to recoup it from the employee is up to you contractually.
Okay,
But
no,
there
I
should
mean
be a
from the
perk.
insurance company
Yeah.
itself. How do we recoup it from the insurance company?
Got you.
Like say they left. Like say you're the employee, you left or you got fired. Let's say you got fired. So
Yeah.
you got fired from after hours, and I had this policy that I was paying on. But see, the employee is the owner of the policy. So couldn't the employee just say, "Okay, well, I'm gonna start paying on it," and then now they have that policy. So then the employer has paid all that money into it, and you're saying the insurance company will probably tell you to take it up with the employee, not the insurance company.
Correct. Because what you're
Okay,
doing is you're
okay.
paying. So all the insurance company is concerned with is you fulfilling the terms of the contract.
Right.
The
Understood.
operating agreement or the contract
Would be
between the
between you
employer
and
and
that
employee has
individual.
nothing to do with the
So that's a little
insurance
tricky.
company.
So that could get tricky.
Yeah.
So make sure you're doing it for and with good folks and got an ironclad and contract, because it could be simple to say, if you leave before this time or if you get fired, you have to pay these payments back or a percentage of this back or something like that. So make sure, focus up. Y'all, we giving y'all details, so make sure y'all focus up. All right, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. So that's good to know. All right, what feet are we at now?
All right. So now we're going to talk about the split dollar plan. Okay.
Okay.
So the split dollar plan, the business and the employee, it's similar. It's kind of like a Section 162, but business and the employee share the costs and the benefits of a policy. So when the insured person dies, the business gets back what it paid in, and the rest then goes to the employee's beneficiaries. So
Okay. So
that's
that's
another
like a
one.
perk for an employee to
Yeah,
have us helping, but then we don't lose anything because we automatically get what we put in back, and
correct.
then it
The
still
rest,
benefits us, makes us look good because now the family is getting something too. Uh
yes,
huh. Uh huh. See, I'm
absolutely.
following. I'm
Following,
following.
awesome. So now, so now let's go into how insurance helps with business continuity and buy sell
Okay.
agreements, and we are almost at disability insurance.
Okay.
Right. So now we're
Okay.
at the
I didn't
ten
know it
thousand
was all
foot
this
view.
stuff. So see, this is
Right.
good. Okay, I picked a good product to start with. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. So a buy sell agreement, all right, is a legal contract that sets out what happens if a business owner dies,
Oh.
becomes disabled, or leaves. Okay.
Okay.
Life insurance is often used to fund these agreements, making sure that the business can continue smoothly and ownership transitions are clear.
Okay.
So, for example, you can have a cross purchase agreement where each owner buys a policy on the other. And if one
Okay.
dies, the survivors use the insurance money to buy out the deceased share.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You also have what's called an entity purchase agreement where the business owns the policies on each owner and buys back the deceased owner's share. Right? So
Okay.
the first one is if we were partners, I buy a
Mm-hmm.
policy on you and you buy a
I buy a
policy on me.
policy on you.
Right.
Okay. And then if I
Entity
pass,
purchase.
then
Right.
you get to use that policy to
To
buy
buy
my
out.
shares.
Correct.
Because
To
if you
buy
didn't
out your
have that
shares.
money, those shares would go to whoever I have as the beneficiary of my shares. If I had a succession plan set up,
Correct. If you had a succession plan already come up, or maybe there might be
a trust or something
some
like
other
that.
partners involved or a trust, and I need
Yeah.
to buy out your shares, this is a
Yeah.
way for me to be able to buy them out.
Okay.
Yep.
Now what if it's just one owner? How does this buy sell policy, does it help with whoever we put in place?
Got you. So yeah, it can, but you wouldn't necessarily need a buy sell agreement, right? Unless
Okay,
you are
that's
planning
just
on
if you
selling the
got
company.
more than
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Exactly.
okay. Okay, that
Exactly.
makes sense. More than
Exactly.
one owner. Yep.
Right.
Okay, okay. I got that. I didn't hear my pen. I was writing notes.
Absolutely, and then also you have like what's called a purchase agreement or an entity purchase, where now instead of each individual owner owning the policy on the partner, The business owns the policies on the owner and buys back the deceased owner's share. So the business owns the policies on both.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
All
similar
right.
to what we
Well,
saw before,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So similar to the key man, right?
yep, yeah.
And then the last is the sole proprietor, right? And you can have an agreement with a key employee or a competitor to buy the business if the owner dies. And that could be funded by life insurance.
So that could be, oh, this is my favorite guy. If I pass, he's young. Let me give it to him. Let him continue on and do what he's gonna do,
Yep,
and this can help buy that
correct.
for him. So
Yes,
if I'm gone, I have to put his name on there.
correct.
Okay,
Yep,
okay,
as a beneficiary, absolutely. All right,
okay,
so,
okay.
and of course, for this, accurate business valuation is going to be critical for these agreements to work as
Yeah,
intended, right? Because you need to know
yeah.
how much the business is worth and how much your shares are worth, right?
Okay,
All right, so now we are down to the 2,000-foot view here, right? And we talk about disability for individuals and businesses. And as
okay.
I stated, disability insurance provides income if you can't work due to illness or injury.
Uh huh.
And then for business owners, it can also fund buy sell agreements if someone becomes disabled.
Okay. Okay. So this is
Right.
like that's why all these matter because it depends on what you have, what disability insurance can do.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
see, I was making
Or
sure
if
I
it's
got
used
it.
as a supplement, absolutely.
Okay, okay. So it's disabled it's only if disabled though. Not like if you
Yes.
pass away.
Pass away is where the
The insurance will kick in. One of those
is
policies
the
will kick
life
in.
insurance. Correct.
Okay, okay.
That's what
Just
the
making
life
sure I
insurance
got it.
kicks in.
I'm making sure. Okay, yeah.
Absolutely.
So you recommend that all officers have the disability insurance? That's a question.
That's the question. So every recommendation is going to be based on the unique
Okay, okay. See, I had to
situation
be
of the
careful.
individual. Yeah.
Okay, all right,
So
okay. Well,
I
when I heard about
yeah.
it as a whole, I was like, okay, for an owner, this is, I think, for me as an owner, I meant, this would be a good product to have, and so that's what made me kind of get a little obsessed with trying to figure out if it was great. And I believe, not to step out of my lane, but I believe I was told that it also Maryland State gives some sort of tax something for having this disability insurance. I can't
Oh,
remember
some
what
sort
it
of a
is.
tax break.
Yeah, you get
Yeah,
some
we would
sort
have
of
to look
tax
that up.
break. Yeah, so make
Yeah.
sure if y'all getting this, go ahead and ask your accountant or ask your, I
Yeah.
mean,
Ask
yeah,
your
ask your
accountant
tax
CPA. Yeah.
person because I do believe that there's a certain tax break associated with it. That's what I was told. I was on the phone with another wealth management company, and that was something that I was told. So that was something I was looking into. But I think that you should tell people how to find you. You should tell people how to reach out to you before we even get into anything else. Um, because I think some people listen all the way and some people listen midway. So, so I think that you should tell people where to get you at because I think that wealth management is a scary sounding title,
Yeah.
but you can manage your $1,000. You can manage your $2,000. You can manage, you know what I mean? And I think
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the myth and thought process I'm trying to break is that yes, we're saying wealth management, but what you have is your wealth. So
Yes.
you need to protect it and grow it and do what you can to organize it. So I brought you guys Seth. So tell
Yeah.
them how to
Oh yeah.
find you and whatnot and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm with a company, as I said, called Thrivent. So you can find me at thrivent.com. You can just do an advisor search. I'm located in Columbia, Maryland. That's where my office is. My address is 10490 Little Patuxent Parkway, Suite 600.
Oh, okay, is
And then
that by
my
the mall?
email. Oh yeah, I'm right by the mall. Oh yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
I'm
All
literally
right.
in the. I'm literally right outside the parking lot of the mall.
Oh, okay. I thought that sounded familiar. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, no, perfect,
Your
perfect. Yeah, I'm
email.
right by the mall there. And my email address is seth.mccoy-leffall at thrivent.com. So that's SEYTHE dot MCCOYLEFFALL at THRIVENT.com. So Seth.McCoy-Leffall at Thriving, and my number is 407 504-2285. I know it's a Florida number, but it is my direct number.
We gotta
I'm,
watch this
and
guy.
I'm located here in Maryland. So
All right, so
it's, it's
I'm not gonna make them go through every product or nothing like that.
yeah,
Maybe come back and talk about another one. I wanted to dwell on that because I wanted people to see how many other things was attached to this one thing and how it builds out a plan. If you have this and you're doing this, you should get this. And you have this and this. Like I wanted to show an example of that.
yes.
So without me asking questions, like what do you want people to know about wealth management?
Uh, I would say two things. One, listen to Jazz. Right, she's
No.
spot on.
What?
She is spot on when she has mentioned that it seems like it's a scary word, and it seems like there are prerequisites for you to sit down with an advisor. But if it is for your unique situation, it may benefit. Right, just sitting down with one, and conversations are usually free, right? So just having a conversation and just getting your ideas out may be just a really great way to start that process. All right. Two, myself and my company were very big on legacy planning and charitable giving, right? So legacy planning isn't just about leaving money. It's about passing on your values and your intentions. So this can include providing for family, supporting education, or making charitable gifts,
Okay.
right? And then three, we're all about planning ahead, right? So planning ahead can help ensure funds are available for things like funeral costs, final bills, and to support your loved ones during transitions. And I think really those are the main topics that I really want to leave you with. But protecting your present, planning for your future, and leaving a legacy are all interconnected. So the strategies and tools you choose, be it insurance, retirement plans, or legal agreements, they should fit together as a part of a complete personalized plan that evolves as your life changes.
Now I got two questions. One you might feel is a little personal, but that's how I do. So well, I got two questions. You ready?
All
Then
right.
I'm not gonna hold you no more long. Like, no much longer. I'm about to go to the pool. So, uh, one, do you feel that you are personally planned out with a good wealth strategy? Like, did you start with yourself and then say, okay, I got this going?
Yeah, great question. Absolutely.
Okay.
My wealth strategy is ever evolving, and I think when I became a financial advisor, it became very clear that you don't know what you don't know,
Okay.
right?
See?
Um,
Yeah.
so even talking and identifying my values, right? Mine happen to be family, spirituality, faith, service, and ethics, right? And me doing an
Okay.
exercise to identify what my particular values are, and then using that to help establish alignment with my goals, and then the behaviors I have with my financial plan were extremely important. I think there were moments where I realized, I think like anybody who would have this conversation may start with and say, you know what, there's some gaps in my plan and I need to fill them,
Yeah.
right? And there might be some other areas where you might find out, you know what, I'm doing pretty well,
Right.
right?
That's actually my exact journey. Like, oh, I got some gaps in this, and then the other part was, oh, I'm doing great in this. I did some things right. Who's now I'm a little further along than the average person. Okay, great. So that is exactly what happened to me as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yes, I drink the same water.
Yeah. All right. So let me see. What was the other question? I had another question. Well, this one is not a personal question. This one is: do you guys help with investing? Like, I know it's wealth management, so it might be a stupid question, but I just want to. We didn't touch on that at all. So, investing. Do you guys help with that? And if so, I don't. I know it's individually done, but like, can you tell people how?
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, Thrivent does do investings, and I can give investment advice, right?
Okay.
So we could talk about things like your simple IRA, right, or your
Yeah.
SEP IRA, your 401k, your profit
Yeah.
sharing plan, a defined pension plan, a 403b. So yes,
What's a four hundred three
we can
b?
have those conversations. So the 403b is similar to a 401k, but
Okay.
it's for employees of nonprofits like schools and hospitals.
Oh, okay, cool. Look at this. Look at this. He just be coming with it. Ding, 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 ding. That boy be studying, okay?
in those books. Oh yeah.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, we gonna have to get a time set away off the books in person if possible. I would love to come to your office.
That'd be great.
But um, because I think that I am ready to pull the trigger on some things. I have an investment that I just gained and an investment I just left. So I am like pretty clear on where I want to go and stuff and what will be coming. So I think I really would like to sit down with you and take this leap. So if y'all do you like to do what I do, just know that I am going to I was actually taking notes, and so I am going to be doing stuff that will benefit me, myself, and my business. My family has changed. I'm in a relationship. That person has kids, and we moved, and it's just a lot of factors that weren't
Mm-hmm.
into
Mm-hmm.
play two
Mm-hmm.
years ago, and so now my
Yes.
thought process is different. And so I think when you said it's ever evolving, this is true. I've had a few people in our lives who have passed away, and we're now seeing in this last 2 weeks that paperwork ain't right. Then when you're gone, things won't be right, and family will be
Oh yeah.
fighting over this, or you don't know something, you got to get the information. So
Oh yeah.
I think I'm out of the thing of thinking, oh, I have forever, and this is not something I need to worry about until I'm older.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, hey, let's manage the wealth that I have now, so people know who gets what and what's going to what. So I think this is a good time for everybody to tap into this side of them. One more question: Do you guys?
Please.
I know this might be a lawyer thing, but do you guys do trust or anything like that, or you have somebody you send your clients to that does the trust?
Gotcha. So yeah, you do want to seek out legal
Counsel.
advice when it does
Yeah.
come to trust. But yes, Thrivent does have a a trust a trust service. Correct.
Okay. Good to
So
know.
yes.
That's something I'm looking for
So
as well.
it's one of those things where you partner up with a lawyer, and then you can look at various options in regards to the company who helps to support your trust. So yes, we
Okay.
do have trust services. Correct.
Okay, cool, cool. I mean, that's it, y'all. Look, I think y'all got 47 freaking minutes of beautiful rubies, diamonds, and jewels dropping on these grounds. It is up to you to pick it up. What they say, I can take the horse to the water, but I can't force him to drink. Something like that, right? I watch a lot of cowboy movies. So look, if you want to hit him up, he's giving you his information, but I'm gonna have him give it one more time. Go ahead, hit him with the information.
Absolutely. You can find me on thrivent.com. You can just do an advisor search for Seth. My name is unique. There's only going to be one of me. So Seth McCoy-Leffall. Just search Seythe, or you can hit me up directly at my number 407-504-2285.
And even though it's Florida, he's here.
Even though it's Florida.
He had them all, y'all. Don't worry about it. Okay. All right, Steph. I really appreciate you coming on, being patient with the time change. Thank you so much.
No
I
worries.
might ask you back. We might dove into a different product, if that's okay with you. I think
Absolutely.
this is a never-ending conversation, so I would totally do it. So yeah. Y'all know who I am, Jazzy CEO. This is Industry Talk Podcast. Thank you for tuning into another great episode. This is Money Talk, Wealth Talk. So anything that he just said, I'll also put it in the description so y'all can make sure y'all copy paste that wherever it's going to be. And if you missed the live version, don't worry. We're on Spotify, and we're also on iHeartRadio and Apple podcast. So just check us out in any link. See us next week, 11 o'clock. See y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you, Seth.
Very welcome. Thank you so
All
much for the
right.
opportunity.
Bye.
Bye bye.